Every year, Americans consume over 100 billion eggs. But among the hundreds of types of eggs on the shelf, do you truly understand how they differ? One type is more expensive. One type sounds more natural. But which type is truly clean? The majority of them carry names like organic, cage-free, free-range. And what's worth noting is, not everyone correctly understands the true meaning behind these labels. The difference isn't in the eggshell. It's in something that no one clearly writes on the packaging. In this video, we will take you inside egg farms in the US, where chickens live under two names, organic and free-range. You will see what is truly different about how they are raised and the strict or lax regulations behind each label. And at the end of the video, we will reveal a little-known truth. There is a type of egg labeled free-range, but the chicken has never actually stepped outside the coop. How is that legal? If you've ever believed that free-range eggs are always the cleanest choice, stay tuned. You might be surprised. Imagine you are standing in front of the egg section. There are over 10 different types. All of them are printed with words that sound safe, humane, and clean. These are the labels you read every day, but you're not sure if you understand them correctly. We'll start with organic, a word that is most hyped. To be called organic in the US, eggs must come from chickens that eat organic, non-GMO, antibiotic-free feed. But the interesting thing is, chickens only need to have access to the outdoors. They are not required to actually go outside. Free range. This phrase makes people think of green fields and chickens frolicking freely. But in reality, to be called free range in the US, the producer only needs to have an open door. And how many chickens actually step out of the coop? No one checks. Cage-free, not raised in cages. Sounds better, right? But in reality, these are farms that raise chickens indoors. Thousands in one warehouse, no cages, but crowded and with no way out. Pasture-raised. This is the concept closest to the consumer's imagination and is touted as the best. But this is truly a gray area. Because the USDA has no official definition, each brand publishes its own standards. So pasture-raised in one state may not be the same as pasture-raised in another. Only a small number of farms actually let chickens live on pasture, truly pasture-raised. But the cost increases by 4 to 5 times, and it's almost not common in major supermarket chains. You see, the labels you trust might just be a way of rewriting the truth in a more pleasant-sounding way. So, if you only look at the words on the packaging, you won't know what kind of eggs you are eating, and that's just the surface. Behind the eggshells is an entire production system that we will step into right now. Not every egg is inspected before it reaches supermarket shelves. Why is this seemingly impossible situation legal? And how do these uninspected eggs reach consumers? We will find the answer right after exploring what really happens inside the egg processing facility, from the henhouse to the packaging line. An egg is laid, but the journey from the henhouse to your hands is longer than you think. Within a few hours, the eggs are collected by hand or automatic conveyor belts and brought to the processing facility. Here, they are sorted, cleaned, and inspected. But did you know the United States is one of the few countries that requires washing eggs before selling them? This seems like a good thing, but it actually causes the eggs to lose their natural protective membrane. Therefore, factories have to apply a layer of mineral oil to replace it. This is why US eggs must be refrigerated, while European eggs do not. Next is the step of inspecting the eggs with light, called candling, to detect cracks, blood spots, and deformities. This technology is almost absolutely accurate. But who checks for oversights? The eggs are sorted, not just by size, but by shell color, shine, and uniformity. But are you sure the eggs in one carton all come from a single place? One production line can process eggs from multiple farms. Batching is entirely possible. The modern distribution system allows for the pooling of eggs from many sources, even from farms with different standards. An organic egg can go along with an egg that is only cage-free. The carton is packed based on overall standards, not individual egg traceability. In theory, organic eggs will have a traceability code, farm code, and feed supplier code. But this information usually applies to the entire batch, not shown on each specific egg. And the question arises, if organic eggs and free-range eggs are processed in the same place, using the same system, then what is the real difference? The answer lies in the data. But maybe it's in trust. Have you ever scanned the code on an egg carton to double-check? Finally, before leaving the factory, the eggs are boxed and labeled. Brand name, farm name, standard name, sometimes just a shell for a complex production chain behind it. If you've never seen an egg being polished, temperature-controlled, and arranged like merchandise, then you've never seen the true face of the egg industry. And here's the most interesting thing. Is yolk color truly a sign of quality? Or is it just the effect of paprika powder, marigolds, and synthetic pigments? The eggshells are polished, the yolks are adjusted, the labels are designed to evoke cleanliness. So, what is the part you can truly trust? The egg inspection system in the US, seemingly strict, but in reality relies heavily on self-declaration and random checks. There is no regulation requiring the inspection of every single egg. Many shipments are packaged in large batches, and only a small portion is inspected as representative. That means, if 5 representative eggs meet the standards, 1,000 other eggs in the same batch will be accepted, even if no one has actually seen each individual egg. Have you ever wondered, why do 2 cartons of eggs look almost identical, but the price difference is double? An egg can be sold for 20 cents, but it can also go up to $1.50, just because of the words printed on the packaging. But what's worth noting is, not every label is rigorously verified. Some certifications like USDA Organic or Certified Humane have clear inspection processes, but many other labels, like Farm Fresh, Vegetarian Fed, or even Hormone-Free, are not specifically defined by any regulatory agency. Worse, some producers even create internal certification logos, misleading consumers into thinking they are national standards. 1 carton of eggs can have up to 4 to 5 quality symbols printed on it, but that doesn't mean the eggs inside are superior. Sometimes it's just a sophisticated marketing strategy. And not all consumers know. The same brand, the same logo, but each supermarket chain requires different standards. One factory can pack eggs for 5 different brands, just by changing the labels. No one checks the true origin of each egg in the carton. Some places require unwashed eggs. Some require sterilized eggs. Some require eggs to retain their brown shell color, because they look cleaner. And some places only need the phrase free range for the price to double. Price doesn't reflect quality. It reflects the story the brand is telling. And the better the story, the higher the price. So, the difference between industrial eggs and premium eggs sometimes isn't on the inside, but in what you want to believe. You might be buying a feeling of safety instead of verifying the truth. And the egg is one of the easiest items to visually and psychologically deceive buyers. The question is, what are you paying for? Real quality or the peace of mind from a beautiful sticker? Chicken eggs, a food so familiar that we rarely ask questions. But behind each egg is a series of choices, by the producer, by the distribution system, and by you. This video doesn't offer conclusions for you. But if you've reached the end, it means you're starting to ask questions, and that's the most important thing. Because the truth about the egg, just like many other products, isn't on the surface, it's in how you look at it. If you want to continue your journey of discovering the truth behind familiar foods, watch the next video. We will uncover the truth behind beef labels, something that could change the way you choose beef for your family.